Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to By the Regen. So I apologise about the lack of videos in recent days. Well, I say recent days, it's probably been near a week, or closer to a week. Now, it's just been unfortunate really, I just haven't had the time. Now I do want to get back into uploading kind of regularly. There's only one season left of this, so I may as well, start pumping out videos. I'll try to anyway, I'm not making any guarantees, but I will do my best. But this is the 9th season recap. Now, if you can remember what happened in the last episode, we lost the Champions League final to Arsenal, to Pep Guardiola's Arsenal. Now, the changes I'm going to do for next season, because obviously it is the final season, we are going to do a couple. Now, there are a few players that their contract is expiring at the end of next season, and they're unhappy as well, so it's unlikely they're going to sign a new deal. Now we're going to sell 4 of the 5 that are expiring, so we're going to sell Gene, Fernandinho, Baldassar, Richard. We're going to keep Wellington, we're going to play him at the start of the season. I hope he's happy to stay so we can offer him that contract. And then obviously that'll be sweet. But the rest we are going to sell the other 4 or so. So we got Gene, we're going to replace with someone from the under-18s, some like young goalkeeper, it doesn't really matter. Fernandinho we're going to replace with Duffy, who's been out on loan at Celtic for the past 2 years. He's still classed as a wonder kid. He's got a fantastic personality. He's English. He's got 20 dribbling. He's got decent passing, decent first touch. So he's a good player. So he may as well be backup. Why not? Baldassar and Richard, the 2 centre backs. Obviously, we have 2 young centre backs in Yilmaz and Zoran. Now, we're going to sell both Baldassar and Richard, and we're going to promote Klaus to the first team for next season. So that is literally all I'm going to change. Now, if we go down, let's go on position. If we go down, Giroud is currently out on loan at Granada. He's had an okay season. He managed to get 6 goals in 14 starts, which is not too bad. And we have had a problem this season where maybe, say, Sandoval gets injured and Dino gets injured. So we've only got, like, literally Turnbull can play striker and Sacha Boey can play striker, but we usually play Turnbull at cam. So I may keep this guy just as kind of the backup, like the 4th striker for next season. Kind of makes sense. Now, judging this season, let's go on average rating. We'll discuss the first maybe 5 or so. So Diana, obviously not counting Daniel Zimmerman there, who managed to get an 8.7 in 4 games, 3 of which off the bench, which is really impressive actually, because he's only 17. But Diana's been really, really consistent. Probably been one of the best players of this series, I think, consistent-wise anyway. Because in the last 4 seasons, he's managed to average in the league over an 8. Now that is really hard to do, especially the last 3. I mean, 8.4, 8.37, 8.31. It's really, really good. And he managed to get 46 assists in all competitions. He still hasn't managed to get an Italian cap, which is really annoying. And he is classed as the best Italian player, so that guy has something against him, obviously. But it is unfortunate. We definitely missed this guy for the Champions League final. But you know, what can you do? You win some. I've won most of them anyway, so I can't really complain that much. Now, next up is Sandoval, who managed to get 61 goals in 51 games. Average rating wise was an 8.32. Not a bad return at all. Sandoval always seems to score. I said that right. I don't know why I stopped. He seems to score more goals than appearances, which is really good. And it helps because he has had his injury problems over the past few seasons. Sterling had a good season as well. In 54 games, he managed to get 27 goals. Average rating was an 8.16. Now we'll see how many assists he managed. So he managed to get 14 in the league and 26 overall. Not too bad. Next up was Turnbull. I think he scored 50 goals last season, or he scored over 50 goals last season from cam, which is really, really good. But this season he managed 38 goals in 54 games. His average rating was an 8.11. On to Sacha Boey, who's the last one we're going to discuss. He managed to get 57 goals in 64 games. His average rating was an 8.1. Kind of died off a little bit towards the end of the season. He kind of had a bit of a bad patch of form. But it's Sacha Boey. He's incredible, isn't he? So he's fantastic. And he's valued at 66 million, which is really, really good. There's everyone else's average rating based compared to their appearances. So Gene never even managed to play a game this season. How unfortunate. But next up, we're going to look at the under-21s. Now, I'm literally going to loan out every single player again. I don't see why not. Apart from maybe the guy who's 21, so Bodrov. He'll probably get sold. And we signed this guy for 3.7k, and he's currently valued at 10.5 million, so we're going to make a nice little bit of profit on him, which is decent. Everyone else will be loaned out though. Under 18s, we've discussed what we're going to do with Klaus. Zimmerman will be played more, maybe even play far here a bit because he's 17 as well. Everyone else will just stay in the under 18s for next season. We've got a lot of shit players in the under 18s. A lot of shit. Right, so these are the Regens that will be joining our club eventually. So first up, we got Avelino, who's from Palmeiras in Brazil. And he looks very, very good for his age. Hopefully he'll develop really, really well. I've remembered to do the scout report for each one, so you've got an updated scout report for them, which is good because I'm not going to discuss each one in detail because there's like 13 or so. But this guy, you know, he's got a fantastic potential ability. He's got the potential to be world class. So you know, he could be Sar's replacement in the future. Who knows? Barbosa, another Brazilian. He's calm. He doesn't look as good, seeing as he is 17. He hasn't really developed that well. His scouting report is 2.5 star. So, you know, if he does reach that 2.5 star ability, we'll be able to sell him on for profit, and it'll probably be about 10 million, 8 million profit kind of thing, which is not too bad. Ivan Kovac, he's German, he's 15. He looks very, very good as well. He's a bit versatile as well at the age of 15. Can play left attacking mid, can play central mid as well. His report is 3.5 star, so he's got the potential to be world class. Peter Hamann, he's from the Czech Republic. He's natural on the right. He's got good pace. You know, he's got a good first touch, dribbling and crossing for his age anyway. And his report again is 3.5 stars, so he can be world class as well. Arne Jolly from Standard. Yeah, he looks okay. His physicals need to be worked on. To be honest, a lot of attributes need to be worked on because he's 16. But his report is 2.5 star, so he'll be another guy to sell on. Jobson Luz from Vitoria. I think that's, yeah, Vitoria. He'll be joining us very, very soon in literally 3 days. He looks okay. His scout report's 2.5 stars, so we'll see, or we'll reassess him based on how my coaches, you know, look at him when he joins the club. Probably loan him out and then sell him on for profit, like we've done with everyone else, really, who's just not good enough. Andre Marquez from Santos. He's a centre back, and he looks very, very good. He's actually got 16 long shot for a centre back. What an absolute tank! Got good leadership as well. Obviously, you would have seen some of these before. I always say that, but we're just gonna see how they developed over it all season to season. But his report is 3 stars, so he could be world class. But I would have thought it would have been better than that because he does look very, very good for 17. And Mitchell Mercier, he can play cam. He's French, and he's got 3.5 star, which is not too bad. So he could be world class at one point. Patrick Petrov, he's another German. He looks very well rounded for a 16-year-old, and he's very versatile as well. And he's 3.5 star as well. So we've got a lot of world class potential youngsters coming into our team over the next couple of seasons. So we've got Tinguana. I think this guy was the shit when we looked at him last season. He looked very, very good. He's 4 star at the moment. So we've got, you know, we've got a few Brazilian players, defensive mids, who can be bumped up to that centre mid position, who can be very, very good in the future. Got Maxim, we've picked up for, don't know how much we picked him up for, 2.5k, not too bad. He's got 3 stars, so he's got maybe a star or world class potential, depends on how if he reaches it or not. But again, we just make easy profit on him. Lastly, we have Edwin van Dongen. He's a centre back. Probably needs to improve his physicals. His marking and tackling for a 16-year-old is not too bad. His heading's very good. His jumping reach needs to be improved. But he's got a report of 3.5 stars. So those are the Regens, and they look pretty good, to be fair. So next up, we will look at English football. So starting with the Premier League, obviously we won the title by 22 points. Then we got Chelsea, Arsenal, United with the Champions League spots. City, Everton and Spurs finished in the Europa League. And Leicester, Stoke and Cardiff got relegated. In the Championship, Brentford won that one. You got MK Dons and Sheffield United getting promoted to the Premier League. Sunderland got relegated to League One. Brighton and Crewe joined them. Interesting. We got League One. Millwall won it. Portsmouth are back up to the Championship. And Leeds are back up to the Championship as well. At Bristol City, you obviously got a Tycoon. They're in 20th. That's a disappointing season for them. You got Swindon, Hartlepool, Oldham and Scunthorpe getting relegated to League Two. The League Two table, you got Colchester winning it. You got Gillingham, Doncaster and Notts County getting promoted. Blackpool have been relegated to the Conference along with Grimsby. So the fall of Blackpool has been completed. Interesting. Obviously I haven't loaded the conference, but any other teams that we notice? Can we see? Any surprises? Not really. I think Blackpool's the first one. Oh well. Right, back up to the Premier League. Looking on stats, going on to team. Right, go on overview. Yeah, there's nothing really to see there. Average attendance. You've got United, and then Arsenal, then us. By capacity, you've got Reading, QPR, Arsenal, then us. Average possession, 61%. That's not too bad. It keeps on going up. So that's really, really good. Conceded from corners, we've got 1. That's brilliant, actually. Conceded from direct free kicks, we've got 0. Indirect free kicks, we've got 0. What else can we see? Net spend. Oh, that's all fucked up. Penalties, we won 11. Arsenal won 8. Excellent. Red cards. Aston Villa and Stoke were the dirtiest teams. We managed 1. Having 1 red card though is not too bad. Salary per annum, City with 194 million per year. Then you got United, then Chelsea, then us. So us is okay at the moment. Stadium sellouts, Arsenal, then Chelsea, then Fulham, then Reading. We only managed 3, which is kind of disappointing. But that's it. Let's look at yellow cards. So Villa and Stoke again, the 2 dirtiest teams. Chelsea up there. Okay, so let's look at the player stats. And go on overview. Let's just go down by goals. So we got Sacha Bowl, Sandoval and Turnbull winning the top 3 there. Penalties, Sacha Bowl scored 8 of his 9. 88%, that's not too bad. Aaron Cull, this guy's pretty good actually. He managed 15 England caps. 10 to a decent player. One to look at if you're starting to save anyway. Assists. You got Sacha Bowl, Diana, Sandoval, Turnbull. You got Diego Laxalt. I'm not sure who he is, to be honest. He starts off at, I think it's Inter. Yeah. Interesting. Player of the matches, you got Sacha Bowl, 7. Alan Martin, 20 strength. Jesus Christ. You got Campos and Ronaldo there. Surely he's got to retire soon. It's almost 39. Incredible. Anything else we can look at? Pass completion. We got Sarr up there. We got Ruben Neves. Okie doke. Tackles per game. Kostas Staphylidis for Chelsea. You got Ryan Shawcross. Aaron Coles up there. Kurt Zuma. Villas 8th. Not too bad. Dribbles per game. You got Diana and Sterling up there. Just above 8. Shot on target. You got Ramsey 66%. And then you got Sacha Bowl. Distance covered. You got Diana and Sacha Bowl nearly at 300 miles. Distance covered over 90 minutes. You've got Diana and Sterling just above 9. Average minutes per goal. We've got Sandoval on 76. Boll on 90. Anything else? Key passes. Turnbull 129. Diana 101. Sacha Bowl 87. Key tackles. Got Gonzalez up there with I was going to say 87. Jesus, with 37, Danny Bath, who starts off at Wolves. Interesting. We've got our former Regen up there for QPR, De Wolf. It's been fairly good for them since he moved. Key aerial challenges. Again, Danny Bath, bit of a tank. Interceptions made. Villa second, Craig Dawson's first. 33. Starts off at West Brom. Average rating is Sandoval, Diana, Sasha Paul, Turnbull. That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Mistakes. Dele Alli for Norwich. 144. That is a lot. Mistakes leading to goals. You got Coates there. See how he's doing. He's played a lot of games for Fulham. Become a bit of a legend since he moved there for 5 mil. So he got value for money there. To finish things off, we're going to look at the other top European leagues. We're going to start with France. So Monaco have finally won League One. Sensational. They've actually won it. It's the first time they've won it in 23 years. So Zidane. Oh, Zidane's gone. Where's Zidane gone? Oh shit, yeah, he left. Oh, we saw it, didn't we? He left for PSG. Traitor. Anyway, let's go on the awards. Goalkeeper of the season, Begovic. For God knows how many times. That is just ridiculous. Star goalkeeper. Oh, let me click on it. Is, again, Begovic. The guy's ridiculous. Best African player, Morgan Powati. Best player, Timo Werner. See how he's developed. It's pretty good. Moved for nearly 30 million 3 years ago. He had a good season last season. Foreign Player of the Year, Rodrigo Santos. Again, really, really good. Moving to Monaco for 37.5 million. Having a really, really good first season. Manager of the season, Zidane. Most assists. I'm not even going to Bozadar. Yeah, I wasn't going to pronounce that because that is kind of hard. That name right there. Pretty difficult. Most promising player, Gouvier. Obviously formerly of us. Again, having a really good first season considering he moved there for 52 million. Which is a huge fee for a fullback. Player of the month, we don't have to look at that. I don't know why I clicked on that. Revelation of the year, Daniel Dejo. Another ex-Liverpool player. There we go, we sold him on for 850k quite a while ago. Star of the season is Lucas de Los Santos. He's a striker who plays for Lille. Again, looks pretty good. Good return, really, for 3.7 million. Now valued at 25. Good bit of business. There's the Stars team of the season. There's the team of the year is Angers. And top goal scorer is Timo Werner. And you got Tuati. Quality. And there's the best 11, I'm guessing. I don't know, there's so many teams. Next up, we're going to look at the Bundesliga. So Dortmund managed to win the title, finishing 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich there in second. So let's look at the awards. Footballer of the Year, Julian Brandt for Leverkusen. You got Muller for Bayern and Meyer for Dortmund. It's the top 3. Manager of the Year was Slutsky of Dortmund. Players Newcomer of the Year, Igor. He's a striker for Dortmund. He's a regen. Now, he doesn't look very good. I mean, he's got good physicals, but his finishing, his composure, his heading's pretty bad. He's valued at 29 million, which seems pretty steep. They bought him for 14 million. He scored 9 goals in 26 games. He's wanted by Monaco. I don't know, he looks pretty average. Player of the Year was Lucas Romeo. Now, everyone knows about this guy. He's obviously a wonder kid who starts off at Vélez in Argentina. But this is how he develops, or this is how he looks at the age of 29. Got Isco playing for Leverkusen there. Players Team of the Year, there we have it. The actual Team of the Year, there we go, a couple of changes. Still got Neuer going strong there, 37. And you've got finally the top goal scorer, so you got Muller. Scoring 27 goals in 33 games. You got Lewandowski scoring 26 in 33. So really, really good stuff. Onto the Serie A in Italy, so we have Udinese winning the title on this occasion. Obviously our feeder club, so that's a fantastic achievement for them. Brandon Rodgers working miracles there. So the awards for Italy, we won't discuss all of them because there's so many. We'll start off with the goalkeeper of the year, Simone Scuffet. And then you've got Mingale in second and Leali in third. Defender of the year, Romagna? I don't know. Got Flanagan in second. Romagnoli in third for Roma. Midfielder of the year, Luis Miguel Hank, and then Coutinho, then Pogba. I think that's just a weird one there. Striker of the year, Hadzic, Berardi, and Bonazzoli finishing second and third. That's the other thing there. Italian Foreign Player of the Year, Luis Miguel Hank for Napoli. Italian Player of the Year, Jesus, Berardi is that. Serie A Best Club of the Year is Udinese, of course. Serie A Fans Player of the Year is Bonazzoli. Manager of the Year is Brendan Rodgers. Manager of the Year is also Brendan Rodgers. We have Serie A Player of the Year is Hadzic, who seems to be one of the best Udinese players, and he looks really, really good. He's Croatian. Team of the Year, there we have it there. We've got two Udinese players, the goalkeeper and the striker there. Would have thought there would have been more, seeing as they did win the title for the first time in God knows how long. Top goal scorer was Hadjit, scoring 26 goals in 34 games. You got Dybala finishing second, and Diego Cardozo, also of Udinese, finishing third there. He starts off the game at Santos. And Young Player of the Year to finish things off is Andrea Ballarero of Catania. Awesome. Lastly, we're going to look at La Liga. So Real Madrid managed to win the La Liga title this season. They managed to beat Atletico on head-to-head, both finishing on 82 points. But of course, Real Madrid had the better head-to-head, so they won the title on this occasion. So goalkeeper of the year was Rulli for Sociedad. Second was Jan Oblak, and third was Keylor Navas. Manager of the year, Martino for Real Madrid. Roberto Martinez finishing second with Sociedad there. Most improved team was Osasuna. Player of the year, Angel Correa. Suarez finishing third there. Team of the season, there we have it. Bartra, Denis Suarez, Goretzka there, Quintero. So a few familiar faces. Top goal scorer, Angel Correa, 22 goals in 36 games. And I think the last one is top Spanish, which will be Rodrigo, who managed 21 goals in 36 games. Not too bad at all. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back for the start of the season in the next episode.